Something is happening in Chicago that city officials don't want you to know about. Leaked documents, late-night meetings, and maps of our neighborhoods marked like a battlefield. For weeks, rumors have been swirling, but now we have confirmation. Chicago could soon see National Guard troops deployed to its streets in one of the most controversial operations in city history. Welcome to Chicago Loop News, the channel that brings you the stories others won't touch. If you care about the future of our city, make sure you subscribe right now, because tonight we're exposing the plan that could change Chicago forever. Act 1. The Breaking Point. The past year has been one of the bloodiest in Chicago's history. Summer weekends have turned into war zones, with shootings happening in broad daylight. Carjackings are up. Retail theft crews are hitting stores with military precision, emptying shelves in seconds. And for many Chicagoans, this crisis has gone beyond what local police can handle. City Hall has been under immense pressure. Residents are demanding action. Neighborhood meetings have turned heated, with people yelling at aldermen, asking why the violence never stops. On social media, videos of street takeovers and mass looting go viral within hours, embarrassing the city nationally. Even major businesses have threatened to leave downtown if security doesn't improve. And that's when the first whispers began. Reports started surfacing that Governor Pritzker's office and federal agencies were in talks about something big, something that would go beyond regular policing. And now, according to leaked documents obtained by investigative journalists, we know what that plan could look like. Act 2. Operation Midway Shield. The leaked documents refer to something called Operation Midway Shield. According to insiders, it's a joint operation between the Illinois National Guard, the Department of Homeland Security, and Chicago Police. Its goal? To flood the most violent neighborhoods with military and federal presence. The plan reportedly includes establishing hot zones, areas with the highest concentration of shootings, carjackings, and organized theft. These zones would see increased patrols, military vehicles on standby, and mobile command posts. Think of it as turning parts of Chicago into secure perimeters, where anyone entering or leaving could be stopped and questioned. Supporters of the plan argue that this is exactly what the city needs. They point to other cities where National Guard deployments temporarily reduced violent crime. They say Chicago is out of time, and that if we don't act now, we risk losing entire neighborhoods to gangs. But critics see something very different. Civil rights groups have already issued statements warning that this plan could lead to mass violations of rights. They argue that checkpoints and military patrols will unfairly target Black and Latino neighborhoods, deepening mistrust between residents and law enforcement. Act 3. The Political Firestorm. This leaked plan has already ignited a firestorm in Springfield and Washington. Chicago's mayor is facing intense backlash, some saying she's not doing enough, others saying she's selling out the city to federal control. And then, there's Donald Trump. The former president has repeatedly called Chicago a war zone and says he will personally make sure order is restored one way or another. His comments have poured gasoline on an already burning debate. Some Chicagoans are actually welcoming the idea, saying Trump is the only one who will do what's necessary. Others are outraged, calling this a step toward martial law. The tension is so high that protests are already being planned, even though the operation hasn't officially started. Flyers calling for mass demonstrations are appearing in Pilsen, Little Village, and downtown. Act 4. The human side of the story. Beyond the politics, there's a human side to this. Imagine being a single parent in Englewood, raising kids in a neighborhood where gunfire is common. For some, the sight of National Guard troops could mean finally feeling safe enough to let their kids play outside. But for others, especially those who have experienced police harassment, the idea of soldiers on their streets feels terrifying. They worry that small mistakes, like forgetting an ID, could land them in jail. Act 5. The unknowns. What we don't know yet is how far this operation will go. Will it be a temporary presence just for the most violent weekends? Or will it turn into a long-term federal occupation of Chicago's streets? Another question is funding. Who pays for this? If it's the city, that could mean cuts to other programs. If it's federal, It could mean more oversight from Washington. And then there's the question of success. Will this actually bring crime down? Or will it just push it into neighboring suburbs, making the problem even harder to control? Act 6. The call to action. Chicago stands at a crossroads. The decisions made in the next few weeks could shape the city for a generation. Will we embrace military enforcement in exchange for safety, or reject it to preserve civil liberties? This story is developing fast, and Chicago Loop News will be here to bring you every update, every leak, and every consequence. What do you think? Is it time to bring in the National Guard, or will this plan go too far? Let us know in the comments. And if you care about the future of Chicago, subscribe to Chicago Loop News right now so you don't miss what comes next.